Yo, 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 welcome back to the Beaumont Weekly. And it's another lovely day in the northeast of England. Absolute Fun fact, there used to be a massive tree here when we started this conversion, and it was leaning over the property, but they cut it down conveniently whilst we're refurbing it. This was a proper pigsty, this whole property. We've had to build up this dwarf wall, all this decking, because there's a special NHS tenant coming into here that needs certain kind of care. And I'm here with Shane this morning to go through site progress. So if you don't know who we are, we're property developers based in the northeast of the UK. And this is a buy-to-let we've just finished off for a client. So I'm going to run through some numbers on this site. And every week we show what it's like to run this kind of business. Staff, what it's like to build properties, what it's like to manage properties, what it's like to hire, what it's like to run this type of business, which can be very difficult, but also very rewarding. And hopefully you find it enjoyable. Make sure you subscribe. Big love. What we're doing now is making sure we've got a clear closeout program because the NHS have a fixed move-in date and we need to meet that date somehow, even though they are the ones that caused us loads of delays by giving us information super late, like the door colour, which is here now. Yeah. We've got the door, but there's a 7-week lead time on these special types of doors and blinds in glass that they needed. And then they're going, right, we've given you that information, can you finish in 3 weeks? And we're like, guys, we couldn't get the site secure without the doors, but we need to figure out a way to speed it up. So me and Shane are going to run through this, look at the phase of works and see if we can conjure up some magic.
I know the NHS want to have a room finished where they can put furniture in, so we'll go use the front room, but it depends on the date, what date they're saying.
They're saying the 1st of December.
The plaster wouldn't even be dry by then. We've got no heating.
Yeah, we told them, like, lower your expectations.
I think if I can get to the second week in January, we'll be good.
Beautiful. All right, I'll send you the address, I'll send you Shane's number, I'll give him yours, and then touch base. Hopefully we can get it done. Essentially, I just need a price from you, mate, for closing this out. Ultimately, we just need to finish it as quick as humanly possible. Bit of labour movement, labour management, to get some more guys on here with a good subcontractor friend we have. And that is how we're going to solve this problem. Because our problem is, if we prioritise this site, drop all our labour onto here, there's all our other schedules up. So we just can't do that. That's why we measure every site gradually, feed into our program. If we suddenly consolidate one site, everything else comes to a standstill because you just can't do that in construction. So, but if we can resource a good subcontractor that we trust, who's done a lot of work for us before, then that is how we could blitz this one with a lot of labour and see if we can meet. I think we can get it done mid-December. With someone in here who can just go boom, 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 boom.
The first fixed plumbing for the boiler is all in. We're just waiting for the plumbing to start. Soil stack's just out that wall there.
Not being fed in yet though.
We've got to run it in that way, yeah.
So we can maybe do some of these enabling work bits for him.
Yeah.
And then give Adam more like clean phases to just finish off.
Yeah, that'll be coming off. It's got a blank plate on the other side. Yeah. Stood it up, insulated, and that's where the radiator will be standing. So that'll just look like a shelf with a window. The electrics are all in for the washer, dryer, toilet, wash basin, and freestanding bath. Pipework's all in. The pipes on the left, they're all discontinued now. New stop tap. This will be boxed off, plastered. The spotlights are all wired in. They're all marked up upstairs so we know where they are. The stitching bars here, just to get that stitched in, plastered. There's only a single light going in here. Smoke alarms.
Kitchen's running along here.
Kitchen's running along here. We've got to be putting the bare window in at the weekend. These are expensive windows for the blinds in.
Have a look at these. For this type of tenant, we couldn't have loose hanging blinds. So we had to bake in the blinds into the windows so you can use that. And the blinds are like within the panel. And then run all the way down, up and down. Pretty mad, pretty wild. Kind of cool, but very expensive. Standard double glass, what would that cost?
Standard double glass, that would be about £80.
What's it with the blinds?
Just shy of 300.
More expensive. But times that by all the windows. Oh, look at him.
Kitchens are bought. The kitchen pen here is in the other room. Once this is plastered, kitchen unit's in. Clive will finish this today. We'll start prepping the walls and everything for the scheme. The plasterer's in on Monday to price it and hopefully start it, so we'll get this room done. There's not really much to do. It looks worse than what it is.
If everything was skimmed, it would be like, we're close.
We're close, that's it.
Yeah, you can tell. But obviously the skimming is so. All right, that sounds good here. Plan of action. We're gonna make sure we salvage the rest of our sites and don't disrupt those by flooding labour on here, whilst also being able to speed up this site and try and meet the NHS's demands, which are unreasonable. But the lady that's in the NHS right now on the ward costs £3,000 a day to keep her there. That is the cost and inefficiency of our NHS, and she's been there for a decade.
Would you not just
Crazy
move
costs.
in, would you?
Jay, you can take her.
I'm gonna move in with you, bro.
Yeah, Shane, you'd love it. Anyway, see you somewhere next. So we are hosting the Ground Up live event right here in central London at the brewery. It's going to be on the 9th of January in 2026. £1.3 million commercial building into 22 residential units.
One of the biggest challenges really is making sure people are doing what they should be doing.
We've partnered with investors and raised £15 million.
GDV on this, we put the flat at the back and we rent the shop out. It's about 4.1 million.
First thing, welcome new recruit Louise. Hello Louise, round of applause. So for everyone who may or may not know, so Louise is in ops admin for the refurbs, basically there to take back information that's happening on site, progress reports, things like that, dealing with procurement, so soon going to sit down with yourself, Gary, just to get a bit of an idea on that side of things. And yeah, that's what Louise is here for. And then Gary, welcome. Welcome, Gaz. So Gary's here essentially heading up the procurement and helping the back office and save us loads of money on buying stuff. And then John, welcome John. Very good, sir. Contracts manager here to basically help make us loads of money, which is the plan on site. We've now resourced construction to the best of our ability that we need to for now. Another finisher starting Monday as well to help with that handover to lettings, help reduce the friction between the two departments. Yeah, Tom's coming in. Obviously building out the team nicely, which is sweet. So what we'll do is go to the first team is actually social media, which is me. So what we've done is we've employed Chandy's friends from Sri Lanka, Dylan and the team, who are hot. These guys are basically going to completely help with a full wide rebrand of all of our online content, our bulletins, everything that's client facing. They're now going to be a filtering mechanism to make sure our messaging's coherent, to make sure we're hitting 5 different pillars of content, not just outbound. Here we are doing candid content. It's like here's structured updates on our thoughts on the Reformers' Rights Bill, on market trends, on all kinds of stuff. And me, Dad, and Neil, and Matt, and Sammy, there's all kinds of structured content that's going to go out so that we're informing clients, educating them, and closing them, as well as showing the candid view. So it's going to be a game changer. It'll take a few months for that to really bed in, but you should see that on the socials. And ultimately, the goal is bringing them in, more leads, lower cost per lead. That's basically the plan.
You good?
I'm alive. Almost died. Here we go. At a HMO viewing. No idea what this looks like. So, there we go. Nice. I thought it was like blinds. So this is obviously quite small. That's a stud wall, so I could knock through that. Flooring's a bit weird though, that's raised. It's got that. That's your wall there. So could get an ensuite on this one into there. That's good, and an off-suite for another room there. So it's good, nice big room though. Stud wall. That's your spinal wall. Pretty much all of these old Victorian terrace properties, it's got the spinal wall, which, like the name says, we've got property facing the front that way and going across. Got your spinal wall, then your timbers sit across on that and then go across. Pretty self-explanatory. Cool, nice big room again. There you go. Big room, easy enough. Get your ensuite there, off-suite in that room. Whoa. Same in there, good stuff. Yeah. You look so cinematic in the doorway. Yeah, nice. Bit awkward there. It's a step down. It's a bit small, but what we could do. All right, so you got a big chimney breast in there. Chimney breast in there. Around it is stud. Bathroom, rip out. We put your ensuite in here. And then your ensuite runs along here. Then you got like your wardrobe, and then in there is your bed and desk. It does work. We've done it before. So 1, 2, 3. High ceiling, so we can drop. That's good. 2.1 is the legal minimum height. We aim for 2.4. These look like 2.7. You can quote me on that. I'm confident. 2.7 drop to 2.4 gains 300 millispace, which is always good. 30 centimeters. That can be attributed to the loft. So, and it's quite a depthy and widthy property. So I'm sure we can get 1 in the loft, maybe 2. No idea what it looks like downstairs. Big again. Yeah. It was bonfire night last night. I don't know what you guys did. I did nothing for it. Room for extension if we need, but I don't think we need it because you can go into loft, fine. Downstairs you can get 2, so it'll be a 2-3-1 formation. Or you could go 1-3-2, 3.2. There's lots of space in this one, so you can work it out. The kitchen here, we split the communal, get more space for communal, bed, ensuite, same in there. Yeah, and that is a wrap up on that property. Nice big one, loft is good size as well. You don't get 6 out of it. I think it's up for a bit steep, but we'll see. So yeah, easy 6 bed, see if we can have it.
Going to a Bitcoin conference tomorrow. Looking forward to it. My brother, if you don't know who he is, he's not there, but that's his chalice. Not to be confused with phallus, which Vicky may have done earlier. She didn't realise I was saying chalice. Don't know why Robbie has that as a water cup. It's not very efficient either because you can't get as much in the glass, but anyway, me and Robbie tomorrow are going to a Bitcoin conference to talk with a load of business leaders in the country who are all using Bitcoin in modern ways and looking at to integrate that into our finance systems, into the balance sheet stuff, and basically how can we just keep dragging the business into the modern age. Bitcoin all the way, baby. Liz Truss is coming as well. I know she had her moment in Parliament. It wasn't her fault. Bank of England screwed her over. I actually quite rate Liz Truss, even though she's unfortunately become a verb for that time, which was very painful for us, really painful for us, cost us a lot of money. But anyway, Bitcoin, that should be good. It's been another good vlog. I haven't watched it yet because obviously I'm in it, but hope you've subscribed. Thank you. Big love. See you next week.